Hey guys, so today I'm actually doing the weight loss vlog, which you guys have asked me to do for such a long time. I feel so bad that I've put it off for such a long time, but now I'm doing it, so I hope you guys are happy that I'm doing it. So I just wanted to kind of tell you the history, and yeah, so I'll just start like right at the starting. When I was like in grade 1 to grade 7, I used to be in a lot of teams at school. Sports there was very, very important. I'm pretty sure everyone who I knew always used to have at least 3 or 4 sports, which they did every single day at school, and it was kind of compulsory for you to have them. That was in Zimbabwe in Africa, where I grew up until I was in grade 7. So yeah, I kind of grew up in the whole sport scene, I would say. So when I was 12, I moved to Germany, and sports here isn't big at all. I think you have an average of 4 school hours a week to do sports, and their sports is kind of like no one even really went there. I used to skip a lot of those classes because I was pretty new and I didn't really know anyone, and it was just like not really something which I wanted to do at that time. So when I was new to the country, obviously I just didn't really feel compelled to continue doing sports in my extra time, because I had a lot of other stuff which I had to do. I had to literally learn the language from scratch, because I had been attending a German school when I was in Zimbabwe, but I didn't really know the language that fluently that I could speak it and could ace school in that way. So I never really had any time after school to actually go out and do some type of sport which I liked, to go swimming or stuff, because I was just learning and trying to get better at school. In that time, I started piling out a bit of weight because I used to go to McDonald's every day. I used to go to eat Chinese takeout, because I had never had that luxury when I lived in Zimbabwe. We lived in like a suburban place, so we kind of had to get away with the car, and if you go out with the whole family, that it's not really something that you would go to eat McDonald's or something. So here I was more gullible, and I could just drop by after school and just grab, a burger or 2. So obviously I noticed I wasn't as slim as I used to be when I was doing sports and was back in Zimbabwe, and I just kind of didn't really care at that moment, because I was just too preoccupied and just didn't really have anything invested in just like going and doing something for my body, because I was just so stressed out with the whole school, trying to find friends, trying to just live in this new city and in this new country, in this new continent actually, because it was like a whole new place to live in. Okay, so when I was 16, I was actually in a very happy place. I had to change schools from the one which I had before, which I wasn't really happy with. Yeah, and then I started, hanging out with friends and, just enjoying my time here. And I was actually acing school, so it was really, really a nice feeling, but I kind of hadn't really kept the eating healthy thing that serious. I kind of noticed that I had gained really a lot of weight, and it never really bugged me then. It still really didn't bug me at any point in my life actually, but I kind of noticed that I could stand to lose a bit of weight. I had actually hit 200 pounds, which is I'm guessing it's 200 pounds. For me, I kind of counted in kgs. It was 97 kgs, which I actually carried off pretty well, because I'm 1.68 meters. That's about 5'7", 5'7" and a half maybe. And then, on my body, it just didn't look as much as it actually was. So if you would have seen me then, you wouldn't have thought that I would weigh that much, but I actually did. When I had turned 16 and I noticed that I was that weight, I kind of had this little voice in my head. It sounds really silly, but it was like, if I didn't start losing weight, then I just knew that I would gain and gain and gain. I would never get my ass up to the fitness studio, or just get my ass up to work out, I guess. So yeah, that's when I kind of changed my whole lifestyle at 16 and just cut out all the junk food. I cut out all my crisps, which I love, or chips. I cut out all the chocolate, I cut out all the takeaway, I didn't go to McDonald's, and the first 60 pounds, which actually sounds really a lot, I lost like that. It went really fast, and I actually was so surprised because 60 pounds is about 30 kgs. And obviously it just didn't go away from eating well. I started doing sports. I started doing Pilates at home. I downloaded some Pilates DVDs and some Taebo exercises after I googled on the internet, you know, what types of DVDs can you use to lose weight and stuff like that. So I kind of committed myself to working out like an hour almost every day or every second day. And you know, like in about 1 or 2 months I had lost like 60 pounds, which was like really great, and like everyone noticed the difference. You know, everyone is telling me, oh, you lost your baby weight, you know, thinking that it went away just like that. But obviously I really worked hard, I really watched what I was eating. Well, anyway, so after I had lost those 60 pounds, I kind of got stuck in that rut, which probably everyone who's tried to lose weight and has lost weight will know, where the scale just budges. You do not lose the weight which you would think you should have lost. You totally get demotivated and think, you know, I am eating really healthy, I'm working out really hard, but I'm still not losing as much as I used to. You know, that's normal, because at a point, you know, your body starts getting used to the eating healthy thing, and then you just have to work with that and just kind of take the numbers as they are. You know, you cannot expect to lose as much as you did when you started losing weight, so it's obvious that it's something which you shouldn't let it get too close to you. You should really just try and focus. Just never get demotivated if you reach that phase, because we have all gone through it. If you especially are losing bigger amounts of weight, you will get to that phase, and you just have to kind of like step back and look at the big picture. You know, even if you do lose, you know, like 2 pounds in a week or 3 pounds in a week, which doesn't seem much, but it actually is really a lot of weight. And in the long run, you know, when you start getting closer to your goal, you're really just gonna lose like a couple of grams, and then you'll be like really annoyed because you're like, yeah, I should have lost more. But when you start weighing less, you can only lose a few pounds a week. So you know, that's just the way it is, I guess. I kind of do my own diet things. Like I kind of know what I like to eat, so I kind of base my meals around that. Everyone has different tastes. I have foods which I cannot stand, so I mostly like to eat, I actually really like red meat, but I've cut that out completely for quite a while. I like to eat fish, and I like to eat chicken breast. That is really delicious, and I think you can always change the meals up with those 2 types of meat. Obviously there are a lot more, like turkey breast, I think it is, which is also really healthy. But if you want to see alternatives for meat, then you can just check it out on a website. I'm pretty sure there's so many more informative sites where you can actually, you know, read about the healthy nutrition. I cannot tell you guys what to eat, because I'm pretty sure I'm not even sure what I eat, you know. But I definitely know that I try my best to always eat the healthiest I can. I haven't been to McDonald's in like years. I do have some Chinese takeout once in a while, because it's just something when you're lazy and you don't want to go out of the house. Even though it's not good, I just say, you know, I'll work out that much harder the next day. Okay, so now to work out, I would always recommend people who are starting to work out not really to go outside jogging or to a fitness studio. I just know it for myself that I totally do not like having people look at me when I'm working out. I like freak out when I think, you know, they're looking at me, seeing me failing doing this move, or you know, I've visited a lot of courses with friends, and I just think it's so uncomfortable, and it's just totally not my style. I prefer to work out at home, so it's always a place where you're more private, and you can just lie on the floor and just do your moves and just, I don't know, work out at home. There are a lot of DVDs which are out there on the market, and the ones which I have used so far are the Taebo DVD, the workout one. There are so many actually out there of Taebo, but there are a lot of like 20-minute workouts, ab workouts, and a really good one is also the Billy Blank's Bootcamp workout. That is probably for me one of the most effective DVDs which I've used. All 4 DVDs are really good, and you can always kind of push yourself, because I noticed when I started doing those DVDs, I'm like totally out of breath and I cannot keep up, and I cannot do as many moves as they are doing on the DVD. But you know, when you do those moves about like maybe a month later, you will see that you know, you can totally keep up, and you have definitely trained yourself so much better to do those moves. So I would always just recommend people who are really looking for a workout which will kick your ass, and you should definitely take Billy Blank's Bootcamp workout. So what other DVDs are there? I wouldn't recommend the Kim Kardashian's Fit in Your Jeans by Friday, but I'm pretty sure you guys know that. The DVD didn't work at all for me. Most of the moves are for those aerobic step up things which I do not own, so I didn't even find anything in my house which I could step on and do those moves. So unless you are a aerobics fan, then I would get it, but I wouldn't personally get it myself, because it wasn't really my style and I didn't feel as if it helped me. Another DVD which I own is the one from Carmen Electra. It's called the Fitness Striptease, Aerobic Striptease it is called. But I'm not talking about the strip DVDs, but the Fit to Strip one. It is actually a workout DVD, which a lot of people don't really know, because it kind of got sold in all four DVDs. So I personally, when I first saw it on TV, I was just like, okay, this is a strip DVD, and you know, it's not gonna help me work out. But when I checked out what types of CDs were in there, I saw that there was one for where she gets this workout with this personal trainer. So I was pretty intrigued, and I got the second part of the DVD, which is the second CD, I'm guessing. And it was really a great workout. I would have never guessed. It is just like 40 minutes of like total intense workouts, nothing to do with striptease at all. The best thing about the DVD is that you can easily do it at home. You need maybe like a chair where you can do like arm lunges or arm press-ups. I think they're called arm press-ups. And then you can do a lot of like movements on your yoga mat or on the floor, however you wish to. And it is just like one of the best DVDs which I've actually tried out in such a long time. And it's actually quite a shame, because that DVD is really good, but because of the name, I don't think it ever got the recognition it could have gotten. So if you're interested in looking into that, then you can definitely try that DVD out, because I think it's awesome and I think it really helped me. DVDs that when you put them into the DVD player, you're gonna get really good workouts. So it's definitely on my top 3 list of DVDs to get. So that's kind of most of the things which I do. I also use a lot of Pilates DVDs, which you can find online. You can find even some on YouTube. And it's just like always a good way to also strengthen your body, strengthen your core, strengthen your stomach, and just, you know, feel good, because always after a workout you feel really great. And you just always need to know that nutrition is 40% and sports is 60%. You will not lose weight if you just constantly starve yourself. You're going to reach that point where you stop losing weight, because your body just shuts down, and it kind of goes hand in hand, and you should always work out. Okay, so obviously I will not tell you guys how much I weigh now, because I'm still such a girl about it. I do not like talking about my weight at all, which is actually quite surprising that I would do a video like this. But since it has been requested so many times, and I felt kind of bad that I hadn't done it, and so many people were looking at me to do it, and I was like, yeah, you know, maybe if I do this video I can help someone out there. You know, you can tell, you know, I went from being 200 pounds to losing a bit of weight, gaining weight, and then, you know, now I'm in kind of a happy spot where I plan to stay for quite a while, hopefully. You know, you can always kind of reach what you set your head to. Obviously with hard work, it doesn't come easy. As you can tell, for me, it must have taken about 4 years to reach the point where I am right now, where I'm really happy with myself. Obviously, I'm happy with where I am right now, but always, as anyone who has been overweight before, you always have the thoughts of, will I ever gain the whole weight back, or you really start being cautious of what you eat. It's always kind of this cycle which you will always have in your head. If you have experienced the subject of weight loss, then as I said, you'll always have it behind. You always have this little voice saying, you know, like, maybe you should take care of what you eat, or maybe you should work out one more time because you aren't really happy with what you'd eaten that day. But you kind of just need to somehow just chill and not freak out if you do gain a kg or two. It's easy to get off if you know what to do and what to eat. And congratulations obviously to those people who have lost weight, who have written to me and said, you know what, I just lost 40 pounds and I'm totally happy, and you know, you inspired me to do that. And you know, it's really something which I like to hear, and it just makes me happy. So yeah, I'm just happy you guys tuned in, and I hope this video could help someone out there, and just maybe let you guys know more about myself. Yeah, so I think I'm done with this video, and I hope that you guys are happy with the outcome. I hope I could cover everything which I wanted to tell you guys. Yeah, because there was actually quite a lot which I wanted to talk to you about, but I hope I could fit it in. If you have any specific questions, then you can definitely message me here on YouTube, or write a comment below. I will talk to you guys very soon. I wish you guys a great day, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.